Okay, welcome back everybody to the Dream Whisper of Jesus, where we discuss and interpret prophetic dreams. Today I thought I'd just make a few brief comments on South African politics, because there's a lot happening in South Africa. So, as we know, it appears that the MK political party's going to be allowed to contest the South African election, so I think that's a really positive development, and you never count your chickens before they hatch, but seems almost guaranteed now that South Africa will have a multi-party government after the election, that the ANC just doesn't have a realistic path to 50% of the vote and 50% of the seats. So I was thinking about what might happen next. So as we know, after the May 29th election, you're going to have a situation where the ANC is going to be negotiating with the DA, MK and EFF to form some kind of new government. But the key question for these minor parties is, how do you increase your bargaining power? And so it might sound unrealistic, but I don't think it should be discounted that you could have a unity government formed in South Africa. And so why do I think that's possible? Well, it ultimately boils down to how pragmatic or ruthless, if you like, the DA, the MK and EFF are. So if the DA, MK and EFF decide to join forces and do collective bargaining, if you like, increase your bargaining power, they could decide to work together to form a unity government, and basically they can sort of de facto hold the ANC to ransom and just increase as much ministerial and political power that the DA, MK and EFF have in a unity government. So on paper it seems so unlikely that you could have a unity government in South Africa, but as with all politics, it just depends how clever and smart your political leaders are. So if the DA, MK and EFF have really clever political leaders, they might end up doing a collective bargaining with the ANC to increase their influence in a future unity government. So who knows what will happen. For comparison, late last year in New Zealand they had a really interesting coalition government formed, but New Zealand has a gentleman by the name of Winston Peters who's very experienced politically, and he was able to sort of create a collective bargaining arrangement in New Zealand where he increased the influence of New Zealand's minor political parties. So who knows, it might happen in South Africa too, but we'll just have to wait and see. This isn't a prophecy, it's just a commentary, but who knows, we'll have to wait and see and pray for God's will to be done in South Africa. Okay, thank you brothers and sisters in Christ for listening. God bless you. Bye bye.